Good morning, I'm Zara Ashcroft from the Barrie School, and I'm excited to present the work that we did on cyberbullying mitigation with my teammates Shoham D, Srijan Kumar, and our mentors Jessica Vitak and Jennifer Golbeck. According to the Pew Research Center, over 42% of American teens are affected by cyberbullying. That's huge, right? So, additionally, these teens are affected by depression and anxiety, and the consequences of cyberbullying are very real, as demonstrated by the teens that have taken their own lives due to the pressures of cyberbullying. When we first approached this project, we looked specifically at Ask.fm, a social media platform that allows users to connect with each other anonymously. This anonymity allows users to act maliciously without being held accountable for their actions. But Ask.fm is a very small portion of the social media world. And initially, we had created a platform called iAnon that allowed do-gooders to send positive messages to victims of cyberbullying. Our aim for this project was to enter the design space of creating a cross-platform application that combats cyberbullying. That means not just for Ask.fm, but for Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Tumblr, and Instagram. In order to achieve this goal, we conducted multiple participatory design sessions with teens at the Barrie School, one of the FIA project partners. We worked with the teens, with 9th and 12th graders. Initially, we did contextual inquiry sessions to familiarize ourselves with the types of platforms that they use and the types of cyberbullying that they're familiar with. In the later sessions, we did participatory design and methodologies like bags of stuff, in which we created low-fidelity prototypes to create technologies to fight cyberbullying. From these design sessions, 3 main themes emerged: designing for mitigation, designing for filtering, and designing for prevention. With designing for mitigation, the goal was to mitigate the cyberbullying. So after the cyberbullying occurred, support was provided to the victims. So the applications that the kids came up with varied. One of the applications, called the Happy app, offered a space in which victims of cyberbullying could talk about their stories, talk with one each other, and get support. Another of the applications, Fight Back, even the kids offered the idea of therapists talking in a chat room with victims of cyberbullying. And another of the applications, called Moshi, detected users' moods and depression based on their social media activity and the amount of cyberbullying that they're receiving. The kids also pitched a YouTube ad campaign that was both informational and educational and provided resources to victims of cyberbullying. The second theme was called Design for Prevention. Exclusion is a type of cyberbullying in which a group excludes another user, includes another individual. And so on social media platforms in which photo sharing is allowed, this manifests itself as cropping another user out. So consistently cropping another user from a platform could perhaps cause the person to feel left out. And so one of the groups created an app or a prototype called Exclusion Prevention, in which, using face detection technology, which is out there, the user who is trying to crop another person out would be prompted, "Are you sure you want to crop that person out? It might hurt their feelings." And the last thing was designed for filtering. And the kids came up with 2 different applications, social media informative life empowerment. They came up with that name. And also Watch Your Profanity, they came up with that name too. 2 very different types of names. But essentially, this allows, with this type of application, the cyberbullying occurs, but there's a layer that comes over the application, and the cyberbullying is shrouded. So you can choose from a list of words, for example, buzzwords that a user might feel are cyberbullying words, and then they will not receive posts in which those words are included. In later iterations, the kids talked about replacing, for example, in Watch Your Profanity, there could be a plugin that easily could replace these words with positive quotes and even one of the students pitched cat videos. So as you can see, there was a lot of different types of applications that were pitched, from different social media platforms to addressing the different types of problems that are out there. And so we currently have iAnon in place that looks at Ask.fm and sends victims of cyberbullying positive messages. But we would really like to expand that to the other social media platforms. And we really do believe that while some of the ideas that were pitched might not be feasible, there was definitely ideas in there that could be incorporated into iAnon. We'd like to thank the FIA and the Barrie School for all their help and support.